I wonder if there's any relation between the way we judge ourselves for us losing hair, if there's any relation on us judging other men for the hair they've lost. I don't know the answer to that. All I do is present debatable theories, and then we discuss them, and then those comments turn into new videos. That's how this whole thing works. I don't know the answer to that. So let me say it again, just so I make sure we're on the same page here on what my theory is. Is there any relationship between us judging ourselves when we look in the mirror and see how much hair we've lost at whatever age we are? Is there any relationship between judgment of ourselves for our hairline in relation to us possibly judging other men, like in a bad way, for the hair they lost? Like almost to the effect of, well, at least I've got more hair than him, and he's younger than me. That's my question. That's my theory. Now, I can tell you for a fact, that's not how I see the world. For me, I can honestly tell you, because I've accepted my hair loss and I've accepted my new identity, I can honestly tell you that, and I've said it before, that when I see a man who's lost more hair than me, whether he's younger, older, or the same age, I don't care about that. I can tell you for a fact, I automatically have respect for that guy. And here's why. As I mentioned in the video earlier this week, that the more hair you lose, the more wisdom you gain. So when I see a guy with less hair than me, I think, you know what? That's a confident man with a smile on his face. Looks like he's got his act together, and he's got less hair than me. So as I look at my hairline and I see that his is basically non-existent or whatever it is, I think that's a man I respect, because he's been through more than me. So what do I have to worry about? Look at that guy. So I think back to like junior high. Remember how in like junior high, remember how petty some, especially certain girls would be or whatever, and they were just always seemed to be gossiping and making fun of other girls. I had a younger sister, so I would see that happening more behind the scenes. But you can at least understand that people who are very critical and outspoken about their judgment of other people, especially for petty things like people's looks, that those people themselves are the ones who are insecure. And so that's why they have to point out the insecurities of other people, right? So therefore, I use that model to do the contrast, to think, okay, I recognize my hairline's receding. I recognize I'm losing my hair to a certain degree. I realize that. Now, am I going to choose the dark path or the righteous path? What am I going to choose? And the righteous path is obviously, because we're going to notice it. We're going to notice if a guy's lost his hair or not. Because if you're wired to subscribe and watch these videos, then you're the kind of person like me who's wired to assess hairlines. It's just part of what I do, because it helps me in my ongoing journey. Yes, I've accepted my identity as someone who's losing hair. I've accepted that my life will never be the same to a certain degree, and that's very important. But still, because now that I've been through this whole program, I am quite mindful of it. I can honestly tell you, when I see another guy, I have nothing but respect for him if he's lost more hair than me. He's been through more than I have, and I look at him as a role model. And I say him, he's somebody I don't even know. I don't need to know him. The fact that he's got less hair than me teaches me something about him, that he's made it through, survived, and then I look at his life and think, yep, he made it just fine. So even if I lose all my hair, I'll be just fine too. So that's the question. Does our awareness, does our judgment of our own hair loss serve as any reflection on how we look at other men and their hair loss, or vice versa? Maybe the fact that we're more critical of them makes it look at us. But what I want to challenge you to do is look at guys with less hair than you and look at them as heroes. Look at them not as people who are sad and lonely and weak and their life isn't falling into place because they lost their hair, because I think that's a nightmare that we cast upon ourselves with the worry seed, which I've got a video coming up on when the free market allows. But we can either see that when we see a guy with less hair than us, or we can see a guy who's actually living a good life and he just happens to have less hair, but it didn't happen without having some kind of effect on him. It made him a better person. It made him more accepting of himself and probably more accepting of others. That's the closing point here is, I want to present to you that the more we accept our own hair loss, the more we accept other people. The more we accept other people, the more we accept ourselves. I think it's absolutely a reflection. Just like those people who leave weird troll type comments calling me a moron for some kind of simple mistake I didn't know. And then I get someone who's intelligent about it and is kind about it. That's the thing. That guy that left the kind X-Men comment, he's a guy I respect. That's a reflection of someone who's secure about himself. But I definitely see those comments where people are insecure and it's very obvious. That's why I'm never offended. Because I'm a nice, kind guy. You can imagine in real life, I'm going to be just like I am in this video. I'm going to be very nice and I'm going to be very kind to you. I'm not going to be judgmental of you. I'm going to be accepting of you. I'm going to be here to help you sort out whatever it is. Or if you don't have anything to sort out, we won't sort anything out. That's a reflection of someone who has confidence, inner peace, and loves other people, loves his fellow man, respects women. That's who this person is making these videos. But I see people wash up on the shore who have so little confidence in themselves and think the world really is coming to an end because they've lost hair, that they're not able to see the world the way I do. And I haven't always been able to see the world this way. I evolved into this over the last couple years. And that's one of the many reasons I love making all these hair videos, because I teach myself these things as I hopefully teach you.